Born from the ashes. Born from the ashes. Born from the ashes. Born from the ashes. Born from the. Watch me rain.
I'm gonna drag you back down.
Welcome everybody to the grand finals of the Ris3n competitive clash. In the bottom left corner of Zen as the Blue Zerg. He has dominated the winner's bracket. It's Swarmonomics.
And his opponent, up in the top right-hand corner, the purple Zerg player, trying to see if he can avenge himself and take down the guy who sent him to the loser's bracket. It is Steven. And as we were mentioning, long road getting here. Longer for Steven, obviously having to go through that loser's bracket. But it all comes down to this, dude. Now, both of these guys are going to walk away in the money. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, that's a thing.
Yeah, so one spine crawler thrown on the edge of creep. As you'll note, Swarm does not have vision over the final, like, hex.
Oh, he saw it coming, though.
Yeah.
Before he even, like, vision saw it, he had 2 spines down, and he's got 6 slings on the way. He smelled this coming a mile away, and this is hugely good for... Yeah, this is hugely good for Swarm.
Well, how many spine crawlers are you gonna make, Steven?
Looks like he's going to make 3, but remember, there are 2 on the way here for Swarm. I mean, this is gonna... Oh, and he gets a kill on that, not a cancel. I mean... I feel like this is about as good of a start against this kind of build that you could ask for here for Swarm.
I think this is a hold for Swarm. 2 spines done? Yeah, this is done.
Yeah, the spines of Steven not even done yet. He's trading well enough. He's up in supply. His spines are done first. GG is called. And Swarm takes a quick dub there in game number 1. A little bit of a mind game to throw that at him in a non-standard way. It worked out for Swarm. Cody, you want to do our introductions this game since we did the last one? You go for it, Cody.
Yeah, buddy, I got this. All right. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, representing Ris3n Competitive. Undefeated, or maybe undefeated, but winner's bracket champion. It is the Blue Zerg, Swarmonomics. And in the top right-hand corner, representing Ris3n Competitive as well, it is the champion from the loser's bracket. It is the Green Zerg, Steven.
Yeah, Steven, fresh off a win against Kilimanjaro 3 weeks ago.
So
it was 2 weeks.
Hey, I'll have you know it was 17 days.
I'm rooting for Steven because that's actually my middle name. No joke, real talk. Okay,
that's one way to choose who you want to win.
Yeah.
The hatch block here from Steven, but Swarm's just going to take the 3rd. It looks like. That's a little weird. But I feel like trying to block the hatch. I feel like trying to block the hatch with a drone is also pretty weird. Like.
Well, the fact he drone scouts in ZBZ is weird. Like, no one else does that. Unless you're Steven, so.
Okay.
Oh, he's going for the Evo block, too.
So, these 2 have played previously in the tournament. Swarm actually knocked Steven to the loser's bracket 2 rounds. No, it was in the semifinals, right?
Nope, that was Kilimanjaro who got knocked in the semis. It was winners round 3, not
winners
the semis.
round 3. Okay, so 2 rounds ago. And the games that Steven took were from this Evo chamber block. It actually it tilted Swarm so much, he was like, can you let me play the game, please? And Steven's so polite, he just didn't do it again, right? Yeah. So, yeah, Swarm is just taking it like a man. He's mining inefficiently from his gas.
But this is also going to die later and force him to pull drones. Maybe lose a drone or 2.
Yeah, so I mean, when you kill an Evo chamber, it obviously spawns broodlings, and As a fellow Zerg, your slow Zerglings and your queen and your drones are not the greatest against broodlings.
Efficient trade incoming, maybe. We'll see.
So
Yeah, he's gonna have a lot of lings, and if he pulls those drones away, he might be able to just kind of distract with the lings. Because again, he only has to not lose anything for a few seconds, and then he's.
Yeah.
There was so much
A
I think it's
ling.
picked it up.
Well, so far more valuable for Steven here is the fact that he knows the exact count and location with Swarmonomics lings. He just saw them moving out with the Overlord, and he has so much time to react to this. So much time. 10
Yeah,
more
but
lings are gonna
a
pop.
big problem here is that Swarm's Baneling Nest just finished, and Stevens is approaching like almost like halfway. There's going to be a window here for Swarm to hit pre-Stevens Banelings, and that can be disastrous.
It could be, yeah. He does have a Queen Cave here, though, which is good for him in situations like this. We'll see what happens here, though.
7 Banelings completed before Stevens Baneling Nest even finished. This is going to be a very delicate dance here for Steven if he wants to hold this.
Banelings have been spotted. Queen comes out of the cave.
I think Swarm's done it. These Banelings just provide too much value in the zoning, and it's allowing Swarm to get so much damage done. 2 queens have gone down. The drones are starting to fall. 8 in total.
Wow,
I mean,
this
Steven's
is really
Banes
good.
are going to get out, but it's going to be too late.
Yeah, I like what Swarm did. He ran into the main and put zoned the Zerglings out of the main by putting the Banelings on the ramp, which just meant all these kills in the main. That's it. There's no coming back from this.
Yeah, the pool goes down. No more queens, no more lings, and at this point, all he's going to do is flood. Steven's going to try and counterattack, which might afford him some momentary success, but it's not going to be.
I wouldn't be so sure. There's a lot of lings. Okay, nope, he's fighting Swarm in the choke. This has bought him so much time. This is almost...
And there's Banelings at the other base.
Well, there's Banelings to defend for Steven as well.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
the
Steven
worker
is all
count,
in.
though, like, all Swarm needs to do is defend here, right? Like, it's 18 workers to 5. Yeah, he's even got Banes at home, yeah. Now, Steven, down on army, down on workers. That's not a play. He doesn't even have a pool till, yeah. GG is called. 2.
Gamer that practices with him every day. It's really hard to keep tabs on where he's at.
Yeah,
I mean-
and that unpredictability is so useful in a tournament setting, like you're saying. Like, preparation can be such a big part of playing somebody 7 times in a row. Like, a lot of players can play StarCraft for many years, and they've never played somebody 7 times in a row. And what you learn is that, like, you cease to be just playing the matchup, but you're playing each other as well. Especially in a mirror matchup where how build orders line up can be so important. It really is a different game than just like grinding out some VZ on the ladder, you know?
I'm gonna respectfully disagree with you guys here. Yeah, it's excellent what Swarm can do, but Steven is just in general a weird player. And game 1 was a coin flip. He lost the coin flip. Game 2, if he doesn't let Swarm get into the base like that and camp the ramp with the Banelings, like he had a lot of Zerglings pop 2 seconds after Swarm got in the base. I think Swarm just got lucky last game.
All right,
Just with the timing.
something very strange is going on here. Steven is drone scouting.
That's not
Yep.
strange. That's normal.
Yeah,
For
it's
Steven.
totally for Steven maybe, but totally
Oh, he's faking doing the Evo thing.
not in the matchup. I was almost expecting like a fake spine crawler rush here, because he had shown that build earlier. I guess he's not going to, but this is so much lost mining time.
Yeah, I mean, we
in a
can
mere
see it in the
matchup.
minerals, right? Like, they're equaled in their builds, and Swarm is just kind of about a drone's worth of minerals ahead.
I could see Steven, with as weird as he plays, dropping a proxy hatchery next to Swarmonomics expansion. Clearly that can happen in this game, but I'm picturing it. It'll happen someday.
Well, this drone is hiding. It could be a proxy extractor. What do you think, Bren? Have you seen that build before?
Proxy extractor. Unironically, yes, but you also have to proxy hatch. So.
No. I'm about the purely proxy extractor build.
Oh,
It's
only
a spotter,
in a base
dude.
race.
It's,
Only in a
yeah,
base
it's
race.
a spotter. No, you got to do it
Proxy
early in the game, dude. That's how you scout their third timing. The proxy
No,
extractor.
proxy. You block the expansion, double extractor steal, and then proxy entry in your base. GG.
GG. Swarm getting some lings out on the map for himself here. But this is, I mean, it's only 4. This is a scouting force, and
Bailing that's on the way for Steven.
yeah.
Sitting
Still,
in the
though, I
back
mean,
of the
both
main.
these guys look like they're poised to kind of like take third bases here. I guess now, well, there's a
No.
lot of lings from Steven. Never mind. There's a lot of lings from Steven. Right as I say that, goes for a huge swell of lings. And this time it's going to be his banelings that are ahead.
You know what?
Is Swarm scout this? I don't think he saw the other Zergling spawning ahead into the back of the natural. I think he just saw drones and the 4 lings and queens.
Yeah, they're not out in enough force yet. Well, they were not out in enough force yet to even be really quote unquote scouted, because that could just be a reaction from Steven or a misread on the advancing lings, especially since Swarm snuck them around the right side of the. Yeah, now he's scouted. So he just has to go.
Yeah. Ooh, an Evo block to kind of help him with that Sim City. That's cool. That's what the drone was for this whole time. Was to stop him from Evo chamber wallet.
Proxy Evo at 3:30.
I think he's gonna morph banelings back in that choke. Maybe.
Ooh.
No.
I mean, the banelings are ahead here from Steven. It looks like he's just going... I mean, he's got to attack. He's down so many workers that he has to make something happen. But Swarm's defense is just brutal here. I mean, he's got the Banes, he's got the Lings, he's got 3 Queens with some energy. That was
Those
a decent hit.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. He's got the Banes. He had the Lings.
He had the Lings. They are gone.
Oh,
he's actually
he didn't
gonna
close
run
the door. Why are the
Banes died at 1?
Why are they hold position?
so that the
I don't
queens can't
understand.
block the ramp? But
Yeah,
I
but
think they were just 1 hex too far from the queens to attack them. So that was literally like a pixel hold position, like a pixel farther to the right, and the queens die, and this game ends. But Steven didn't do that.
Yeah, he's trying to get Banes onto the drones. He gets 3, but now he's just got Lings, and like, they're never busting this. And now you're going in 14 drones down. We've seen Swarm is gassing up like crazy. His lair is done. I wouldn't be shocked to see a Spire.
I think that's the appropriate play. I mean, against Link Bane all in, drop a Spire, sure.
Yeah.
Man,
Where is the Spire? There it is. Okay.
my boy Steven, each one of these games, it's like so close to being a win, and there's just like one little thing.
Yeah, but once again here, Swarm in an absolutely dominating position. I mean, the amount of map control that these mutas are going to afford is insane. He's probably going to be able to shut down a third base. He's going to have complete impunity to take expansions as he likes. And he's at a huge economic lead behind that as well.
Yeah, he's just so far ahead. I don't see a path back into this game for Steven at the moment, unfortunately for him.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he can try and get a deny on this third, but even then it's going to be temporary. I don't even think he's going to be able to get that, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, typically, like, counterattacking into a Spire is a totally legitimate strategy to do, right? Like, they're banking up money, you try and hit them before the Spire finishes, but it's actually Swarm who's keeping Steven on the defensive during this whole affair. I guess he's got a few lings over here at the third, but these mutas are going to come out and just absolutely change the game.
Yeah, they are. I mean, the game's over when the mutas come out. Like,
Yeah,
we don't even have a Hydra Den. We have 1 gas right now for Steven.
yeah. He might even lose his own third, in addition to not being ready to the Spire, yeah.
I mean, we'll see what happens, though. I mean, this losing the third might push Steven all in. I mean,
Yeah, but if he does, he's going to be all in, and he can't shoot up. So his
Well,
army's gonna die before it gets
there's no
into the other
meters.
half of them.
it is
1
Ling
meter,
Bane.
2 meter.
Like, it's, Lings are soft counter to Muta, but you usually need upgrades, which Steven does not have.
And he has less slings and less banes. Like,
Look, if he gets a
or I
magical
guess no,
hit-
no, no. I was like, yeah, no, he has less slings.
And he's
No.
defaulting on his mortgage, and his wife left him. And no.
Well, he went for the option instead of all-inning. He decided he was just going to take a base.
Yeah.
And so, I don't agree with this decision from Steven. I would have all-in at this point, knowing I'm already behind in the game.
Yeah, everything getting picked off here. It's gonna go for a queen. Not even gonna get that.
There's just too much here from Swarm. We're about to be seeing a 3-0 Swarmonomics against Steven in the finals.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what the plan here is. These mutas gonna absolutely rain in death from above. Lings versus Lings and mutas typically goes one of one ways. He can even just engage these queens at this point.
Yeah.
It's not cost efficient at all, but he doesn't care. He's so far ahead.
Swarmonomics just looks so good. He's unshakable, honestly. Every cheese or pressure that's happened, he identifies.
On the right side of the Golden Wall, a single game away from victory in 30 US Revolt dollars. It's Swarmonomics.
And on the mid-left side of the map, for the Ris3n competitive, it is our boy who needs to win the next 4 games in order to get these e-gaming credits. It is Steven.
This has got to be such an intimidating position to be in, too. Like, down 0-3.
It's doable. I mean, I've seen it. It's just not the position you want to be in.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
Swarm,
there are like some StarCraft legendary stories of reverse sweeps. They do happen. The biggest one that comes to mind is like 2013 Innovation versus Sulky, where he went up 3-0 in the GSL finals, proceeded to lose 4-3.
whoa, I need to watch that because I didn't watch that.
Yeah, I mean, he mentally collapses.
What year was this?
He played 2013. It was 2013 GSL Season 1.
Okay, so something weird here is happening. Swarm actually is not scouting anything at all. This Overlord path is totally useless. It's doing 0 things. It's scouting the back of the mineral line, which can't have been mined out yet, while Steven is going right down the path that Zerglings would take if Swarmonomics was cheesing. Now, Swarm did go pool first. So this might pay dividends for Steven here.
Maybe. We're gonna find out on the next episode. Okay, this episode. We're not gonna do that to you guys. We're not Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, it's going to be a close timing. Does he see the Lings? Oh, he saw like the corner of them.
Yeah, it
He
flipped
saw like
over.
the slightest corner of them.
So if Steven was paying attention, this could totally change the game. Question is, was he 2 defensive Lings are already coming out? There's no spines.
He doesn't know. That's 2 drones. He doesn't know.
realize it. Yeah.
He didn't see it. He missed it.
Well,
Now
that's
he knows.
the thing about scouting. You have to pay attention, and it's unfortunate.
Drop a spine. Drop a spine. You have the money for it. Do it.
Well, the queen's out. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
he's
helpful.
not out of this yet. It is going to be a difficult hold here, but he's getting his own Lings.
Is it though?
No Bailey nests though. Like he needs a wall right
Yeah.
now. Time now or a Bailey nest.
I don't know about that. Okay, there's the wall.
Yes. He's identified.
The queen isn't in position to hold the wall, though. It has to walk off creep to get in position. Oh, wait,
I think
is
it's a
that a full
full-
wall? Is
full
it?
wall.
Wait a
Mhm.
second.
It's a golden
Okay.
wall. You can full wall.
Well,
You have
this
another
wall is
base you can
green,
go to.
but, you know, semantics.
I mean, this is a lot of Banelings though. They're gonna
Yeah.
go down for a Evo chamber, but
Yeah, but then the Broodlings come in to block up a little bit, and actually, that's a lot of units dead there for Swarm before he even really gets into the attack, and boom, another Evo.
Yes!
It is low on HP. It's going to be very bustable, though. He can start picking off these lings. And again, these are like... Oh, he gets a Baneling, too!
You! I mean, there's
Like-
enough here to hold for Steven. This is good.
I think there should be, yeah. Oh, it goes
Even if
down.
this
No
goes down.
cancel.
It doesn't really
Let's go.
matter.
There's
There's
some hiding
transfuse
spots.
on the queens.
Yeah.
Steven can just bully. I
Oh,
love
picking off the Banes.
that
What?
he moved
Bro,
the queens off creep.
Yo, you blocked your queens. Okay.
Yeah, well, he
get
did that in case there was an attempted run by, I believe. There, he
Oh, okay.
replaces it so he can get things through.
And he replaced it with an opening for another base.
Yeah. And now, I mean, the drone count, 28 to 16. We're kind of in the reversal of the situation we had last time where Steven got really active, it didn't work, and then we're like, all right, well, what do you want to do? Because you're up 10 workers, so...
I think Steven realizes how far ahead he is and decides to drop spines
Yeah.
for the defense. This
Yeah,
is
we
good.
see a
I like
Roach Warren and another Extractor going down as well. It doesn't look like he's going to take the Mutapath, but having way more Roaches than your opponent is also a totally valid thing to do.
Accurate. He also did a run by too to force. He got a scout one,
Yeah.
two. He forced the lings back to his base. Now he got
Oh,
a-
and a bunch of Banes are coming in. Right, like, Swarm isn't taking his foot off the gas pedal, and I think that makes sense, right? He's committed so much to this attack. I mean, is he gonna bust 3 queens with transfuse and 2 spines with roaches soon to be on the way? Like, I
think
don't
he
know,
knows he's
dude.
behind, though. Like he's here's what he's gonna do. He's gonna hit the Evo chamber that's moving right now, and he's gonna try to run into the main and get as much damage done as he can. I think
Yeah.
there's no way you bust those
Oh,
queens.
12 Banelings. He's going for the queens. Transfuses actually slip a little bit. All the Banes are dead, but there's still 3 queens, lings, and 2 spines. GG.
It's a good map.
I'm like,
Really love
what do I
Simulacrum.
know about Renegade? He plays Zerg Simulacrum. That's about it. You know, like,
That's his personality. That's who he is as a human.
yeah. You
So
think
how
Ren
often do you get
just
matches
makes
on your
Simulacrum?
Oof. Coda, don't do me in like that.
Well, I'm asking because if you get a match, I mean, they know simulacrum.
I plead
they're
the
like,
fifth.
oh, like, yo, this is
Now
good.
Coda's after him too.
Anytime they swipe right, you just know, like, this is a StarCraft girl. E-girl, let's go. But then it's like, hey, they're 3,000 miles away. And you're like, no.
And it's Renegade catfishing.
Or they play Protoss. It's like,
Report block delete, bro. All right, we got to do our introductions. I'm going to introduce top left. We're slacking here, guys. Spawning in the top left-hand corner, up 3-1 in this best of 7. For the grand finals, it is Blue Zerg Swarmonomics.
And his opponent, down in the bottom right, the green Zerg player just took a map back for himself. It is... And this was a let's talk about your other character-defining trait, Renegade. You do play Zerg.
yeah, that is correct. That's
And this is a 14 pool versus, I think, a 17 pool here. So how do you see the dynamics of those two?
absolutely nothing's gonna happen. Steven's gonna scout this and make defensive lings, and then we're gonna go to the mid game.
Yeah.
They both went hatch first. What are you guys talking about?
Swarm went 14 hatch, and Steven went 17 hatch. It's a different open.
Yeah.
How though? The timings are the same. Steven's
they're not.
ahead.
No, totally different.
They're
What?
totally different.
You guys are all.
This is like that Office meme where Pam's like,
They're the same picture.
Yeah, they're the
Totally.
ah, Terrence, am I right, Revolt?
He does the same thing with Protoss, dude. He's like, oh, every Protoss build is the same, dude. Because I'll tell you what, Coda gets other race blindness, right? He sees creep, or he sees lasers, and he's just like, ah, I know what that is.
No. I can identify Zerg. Zerg's
Nah,
acceptable.
nah, dude.
Protoss is just
Apparently not, dude. Apparently you cannot, dude. You've proven here tonight that you're incapable of it.
no. Oh, totally. No. Protoss is the race where you're just like, what are they doing? It doesn't actually matter what they're
What?
doing. They can still just win games.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, we have an engagement mid-map going on right now. There are 4 queens against, or excuse me, holy crap, 4 lings against 2 lings.
Yeah, Swarm's not taking a third. What?
Well, what does that mean? What does that mean?
I don't know.
What does that
Swarm is-
mean, Renegade?
Swarm is
Ah!
like he's like a cultist from the Church of the Third Base in this matchup. He's maintained for so long. He's like, no, you always take a third in ZVZ. It's just optimal. It's just what you do. 232. It's thirds down, but this is way too late to drop a third at this point. So I'm intrigued.
Forget that it was 5 days ago that Swarm said that. So you know.
He said it's always necessary to go third, right? You have to do it. So what? Since he didn't, do we just disqualify him? That's it? It's over? Steven wins?
I mean, maybe, but not based on us disqualifying. I don't understand what Swarm's up to. I guess this is a Ling Flood. There's speed, and he's gonna make Banelings, but I think Steven's gonna defend this pretty handily. Look at the positioning on these queens. I really love that.
Yeah, and he's getting his own links, and keep in mind behind this, there is a layer coming up for Swarm, I guess. That's...
Alright, try to explain this one, Coda. Go ahead.
No, look, Swarm 4 is an overreaction. He made it look like by not taking a third base, he was going really aggro. Made an overabundance of Zerglings, but not too many Zerglings, and then pushed across the map. Now Steven sat here, and he's like, boom, I gotta pump out Zerglings. Look at the drone count, 39 workers for Swarm to 34 now. Yeah. It was 31 a second ago for Steven. So Swarm is ahead, and he also has...
Well, and it's... Oh, I was going to say before he threw it down. It was totally a Spire transition coming here.
Yeah.
Immediately throwing down the gases behind this. Now, bear in mind, right, the drone count is in the lead for Swarm, and it is pretty far in the lead, actually, especially as these pop. But this third base production, you cannot, overlook how important that can be. You can catch up on drones faster. When it's time to make units, you make units faster. It's just, like, such a huge advantage. He's going to come in here. He's going to see the Spire. Yeah.
Is it though? I mean, what is Steven's response? So he just, I mean, his layer.
First he's going to snipe. First he's going to snipe the Spire.
Oh.
Or will he? Nope.
Nope. Not today.
But still, I mean, he sees that coming. That's huge.
Yeah. So, Coda, imagine that you have 3 barracks and your opponent has 5 barracks.
But I mean, who can make more Marines?
There are no barracks, and Steven's just making Zerglings instead of drones.
Right, but pretend the barracks are Marines, and your opponent's also making Marines. Am I right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Steven just made a whole ton of Zerglings.
Really, really fast here. Yeah.
Shouldn't he have just droned and dropped spores and made queens?
I think I would like to see a little bit more droning from him, but he's well. Let's see. These queens are.
And he needs to keep them alive.
Yeah, these queens are actually really important. Yeah, they're so critical to the meter defense. Just get taken out. And
that was a mistake from Swarm smashing the first Baneling into the eggs instead of like laying a trap and letting him sit there. 2 Banelings take out a morphed Baneling, but it takes 3 Banelings to take out eggs. So
there's still no sport the third either.
Okay, so there were some some Banes and Zerglings in Swarmonomics mineral line in the natural. But
he loses a queen and he's starting to bleed out lings or drones. He's gonna lose a few drones and a queen here.
2 drones lost in the main as well.
Yeah. And again, like losing that queen, it only further accentuates like that he's been behind on Larvae. He's gonna bleed out another one as well.
Yeah.
And now the drone count's looking a lot more even.
But the army count though, look at the army count. Like Swarm has a lot of Zerglings and Mutas, and the defense for Steven, I don't know if it's gonna be enough. He has some Banelings, that's it. Banelings and queens. Ooh.
Well, he has 22 more lings on the way. The thing about this matchup is like, okay, well, should probably play this. So the Baneling hits are really good for Steven here. He has enough queens to hold Meta for now. They're not in big enough number to engage this with the transfuses that are available. So it's going to be a combined arms attack.
Yeah, here we go. Steven needs to get his Lings and Banes in position here. He can't let his Queens tank all this damage, especially since the Spore isn't burrowing. That's a disaster. If that's 4 burrows, he's in a much better spot, but now he's starting to reel here. Swarm is looking way up on supply. He's just going to face fight this Spore Crawler. He can just snipe the Spore with the Lings and then kill this third. And I think Swarm's done enough. He's swung this into his face.
I think he has. I think you're right. I don't think there's enough here for Steven to be able to hold this. There's just not enough anti-air.
Yeah. And I mean, behind this, he can try and start transitioning to Roaches, but the Roach count isn't up, let alone the Hydra count or anything. That's non-existent, of course. And he's going to bleed out the rest of his units, and it looks like we might be poised to crown Swarm the champion.
Looks like it.
And if it ends soon, we will have had no games that went longer than 10 minutes, as is the way of Z.
That's correct. But yeah, no, I mean, there's just not enough here for Steven. He's bleeding workers. Supply difference is almost 70 at this point. That's GG's going to be called here shortly. This is it.
Yeah, Steven fighting it out, but there it is. GG is called, and Swarmonomics is your Ris3n competitive Clash champion. Congratulations to the guy.
Well done. GG.
GG! So he's going to be taking home the grand prize.
Yeah,
30
buddy.
US dollars. Steven takes home
Do it.
the 20. It's been a long tournament.
It has, and